Today, we will be talking to you about Primo Levi's book, The Drowned and the Saved. Our presentation outline is as follows. Author's background, bibliographic citation, rhetorical situation, intended audience, topic discussed, argument outline, conclusion made, reliability, criticism, and finally how it is related to the theme of our course.
First, the author's background. Primo Levi was born on July 31st in 1919 and died on April 11th, 1987. He was born and raised in Turin, Italy. He was also known as an Italian Jewish writer and chemist. He was also a member of the Italian anti-fascist resistance during World War II. Also, Primo Levi's first book was in 1947, known as If This a Man. Timeline of the main events that happened in Primo Levi's life. In 1941, he graduated from University of Turin Faculty of Chemistry. In 1943, he went to northern Italy, and there he was captured and sent to Auschwitz concentration camp. 3 years later, he was released from the camp after the Soviets took control over Auschwitz. In 1961, he became the general manager of a factory that produced synthetic resins. And here is the bibliographic citation. As we can see, it is different than any other website citation.
To understand the rhetorical situation, we have to answer 5 main questions. When, where, who the writer was, what was he writing for whom. Here is the rhetorical situation explained. It took place in 1944 in Nazi concentration camps. Primo Levi was a Jewish chemist who was writing to describe his life in the Holocaust through the eyes of a victim. The book was intended for Germans who resisted such ignorance. The reader Levi has subconsciously intended as he wrote the book was a German, one of those who had stood by in so-called ignorance.
Regarding the topic discussed during the reading, the ledger was considered an unhumanized social experiment to see who will end up surviving and who wouldn't. From day one, when German soldiers separated the workers from their families, the way they brought them, and till the way they treated them all over the experiment. The worker's life was considered as hell from day one, forced to do everything they don't want. The main argument of the reading is between the drowned and saved workers. The saved workers who gave everything in their ability to survive and cope with the situation by winning Germans' friendships and working as hard as they can. On the other hand, drowned workers who couldn't and didn't want to survive gave up to their destiny and lost hope from the first moment and were ready to die. The conclusion of Primo Levi was that the people who tried their best to survive were able to, while the people who gave up easily did not. He agrees that this experiment is against humanity, but the key to escape this ledger alive was trying your best to save your life and not giving up that easily. The conclusion of Primo Levi was that the people who tried their best to survive were able to, while the people who gave up easily did not.
The question of how reliable is this book always existed. Here are some points that show that this book is reliable and some are against. First, the Nazi tortured Jews in brutal ways at that time, and only 13% survived the Auschwitz camp. However, the book was wrote 40 years after escaping, which shows that the memory of the author might be shady. Also, the author was writing it after escaping from hell, which means he was filled with rage.
It relates to the theme of our course by giving a better understanding of good and evil and making us able to realize new concepts of them. It also complicates heroism a little bit and gives us an example of what people may think is evil. And finally, it gives us a deeper understanding of heroism and that it is not all about saving others and sacrifice.